Hey guys, and welcome back to Purple Bee. I did a reading earlier. I did a few different ones. I tried to upload two of them. One of them finally did, and it's the one where I was really muffled and I didn't want that one. So I'm really sorry. So this is going to be the third reading that I do today, trying to do a career reading or about money or about finances. And when I do that, the same things are coming up. I'll just kind of review the last readings that I had. We had a lot of opportunity that was there, opportunities coming in for sure, maybe opportunities for travel, maybe opportunities to not be missed. Pay attention to your emails, pay attention to your messages, pay attention to your posts, pay attention to what you're doing online, of course. Trying to, and these aren't warnings, they're just, that's the energy I was getting from the money, because it's more like not defending it so much, but putting in the bank for the rainy day, saving it for later, from what you have, because it seems like there's some folks out there that may resonate with coming out of some serious financial devastation, or somebody really trying to hold back your money, hold back your opportunities, hold back your money, get in the way, stifle your creativity, kind of try to take you out of the spotlight, things like that. So that's what was coming up in the dice today. And I hope I'm speaking clearly and loudly, and I realize that I like the ambiance of the candles, so I do like a darker table reading, to be honest. Not comfortable with it all bright and light, and there's other readers for the bright and light. I'm just here to tell you what's going on. Let's see if we can pull some money cards. Right away, we have the World. And the World kind of popped out in reverse, honestly. I just flipped it. You saw that. Refusal to close a chapter or not letting a chapter end, but it is ending. The World has its own call. It's its own ending. Mother Nature has its way of ending things. So be careful you're not trying to hold something up, hold something up that is, beyond its cycle. Let the cycle end. So, and it is a good ending because, it's the rebirth of something new. What we have is the Lover's card. So a new path, a new way of looking at things, a new relationship, a new contract, somebody new, somebody possibly that you don't know is or from somewhere else, or not from where you're from, or somewhere you might have to travel to, especially with this World card, or somebody that you may know from online but do not know them face to face yet. They're far away. They're essentially, not in your you'd have to travel to see them. That's awesome. Okay. So not so much money, but let's see if we can get some money cards on these. So these are more your destined path is really what's happening, and what's coming up is closing a chapter and starting a new one. So we do have the Two of Wands, so creative ideas. Again, we did have the Two of Wands in the dice today. I think the Two of Wands is also representing putting your best foot forward, putting on a happy face and going to work and getting it done and putting your ideas out there, and you're kind of playing I'm thinking about it. I got some stuff cooking. You're not all out there with it yet. You're thinking about putting it out there. Okay, but this is definitely on your path. There are people that like what you're doing, but they are coming in to try to take it or to try to beat you to the punch, essentially. So just following that Two of Wands, we do have the Seven of Swords. So we do have that sneaky energy, that thievery energy, blah, blah, blah. But it seems to me like someone liking your ideas, or watch who you tell your ideas to. How about that? It's good to tell people you're starting something new and I have all these great ideas and I'm going to start all these things, and then, you put your foot in, and then someone comes along and snatches oh, my candle went out. My ambiance went out. I think the lights are going to go out. So we might have like a really dark reading. Okay. Well, here come the Five of Swords and the Judgment. So there's definitely a judgment call, maybe on an Aquarius energy, Gemini energy, ending something. Somebody wants something at all costs. It could come from that Seven of Swords too. That Seven of Swords, Five of Swords energy carries similar, sneaky head games. I mean, this is outright taking something and leaving, just dropping feathers in the background, leaving breadcrumbs. But, this guy's got messages. He's got too many messages, too many voices, too many things happening. Decision's going to be made on that, though, with the judgment call. So, possibly overwork, possibly overtired, possibly taking on too many projects, possibly saying yes to too many things, kind of losing yourself, losing your mind a little bit. But Judgment is a timing card as well as the World card, but it's a timing and decision making, like a final, getting to the wizard with the witch's broom, and then it's like, okay, now you get your grand prize or your grand judgment. What's it going to be? You're going in front of the panel here. So, just the Five of Swords and Seven of Swords in a work reading or a career reading or even a love reading. There's some sneaky energy. There's some head games. There's sneaking around. There's taking your stuff, taking your ideas, doing something that's underhanded. It's just underhanded behavior, and it sucks. But I'm still not getting money. So there just may be, some people just kind of jealous of your ideas, or they see that you're putting something out there and starting a new path. Let's get some more cards. What's going on with the Seven of Swords? Tell me a little bit more about the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Seven of Swords. Who's that sneaky dudes? Oh. Queen of Cups in reverse. So, that person's pretty manipulative, and it could be a water sign. It could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, water sign. It could be Cancer. But definitely somebody that's like, planting some stuff around, maybe being a little sneaky behind the back, maybe not showing her full face, just putting on the front, and, Queen of Cups in reverse is kind of fake. She's putting on fake emotions. How you doing? I really care. I do. Like, what's going on? Or even trying to be nice but not really feeling that. So with that, and then with that sneaky behavior. So yeah, just careful of a water sign maybe in your vicinity. That could be the behavior of the Seven of Swords. And then with the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Swords, okay, so this is a turn of events. So something karmic is really happening here, whether this be a karmic person you're with, karmic on your work path, but you're definitely, with the taking on too much, you may be asked to slow down. Your wheel may be going in a different direction. With these other negative cards, it may not be a good Wheel of Fortune. It is still upright, so we're still, with the World and the Wheel of Fortune, we're still on our cycle. We're still on path. That tells us it's karmic, though, as well. And on the Judgment card, we got the Six of Pentacles. So that decision making may be about somebody owing you something, or getting what's owed to you, getting a little maybe bump and raise, maybe working together in partnership with somebody, maybe as well as sharing space, sharing an idea, sharing something tangible, though. So equal give and take, equal pay, feeling equal, feeling balanced. So the Judgment does bring balance into the situation, so you're not being taken advantage of, so that's good. All right. That's not too bad. On the bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Pentacles, and we do have the Ten of Cups. We have some Pisces energy here. Definitely got some earth energy here, hanging on to something too tightly, hanging on something maybe even physical, maybe even protecting, being overprotective of a family situation, a love situation, not wanting to, feeling insecure about a love situation, not wanting to let it go, not wanting to change it. There's something protecting or protecting a happiness, protecting your happiness, really. But the Four of Pentacles sometimes is a little, has that little bit of like too tight, holding on too tight. So maybe if you're holding on too tight, the happiness is not coming in so easy. And we want that Six of Pentacles. We do want that judgment in our favor. We want our ideas to come to the forefront and start new paths and be excited about sharing what we have and sharing it with people. And, you know, it's unfortunate that we do have these type of people, these Queen of Cups in reverse, Seven of Swords, that are always lurking and, you know, how do I get to some of that? Oh, I'm always watching what's asking. I just use that on one of my things. Anyway, you know, it just could be that kind of thing. 11:11 on the clock. So, you know, Magician on the bottom, you have all the tools to make this happen. So let's get an intuitive card to close this one out. It really is after dark message tonight because the candles went out. So at 11:11, we pull the intuitive on this. So, you know, work and or relationship, wherever you apply it, you know, just your ideas just right now maybe better kept to yourself until, you know, you can really trust your gut. There we go. That's the card. The advice here is your body knows the truth. Trust your gut feelings. So, again, we say that almost every reading. Trust your gut. Trust your intuition. But it really might be in your gut. Maybe your gut's saying you're hungry. Thanks for visiting. Another 12-minute and 12:12 on the clock. I will see you soon. And again, entertainment purposes only. I will talk to you later. Bye.